Good evening. How are things going today? Hey, Josh. You're just the person I want to talk to. I just noticed there you've got a live scheduled for 9 o'clock. How do you do that? I tried to schedule one the other night, which let me do everything, but I never sent out any notifications to anybody. What did I do wrong? Looks like I lost you already. Oh, okay. Well, see, I still haven't set up StreamYard, so maybe that's the problem. Like I said, I tried to do one the other night there and just set it for 8 o'clock, but 8 o'clock came and went and never started. And I asked IJ about it, and she said she didn't think I could do it for a live stream, only for uh, Premiere. And I don't know, so I got to ask around. It just seems that most of my lives, people don't get the notifications on them. So maybe if I schedule it, a half hour ahead of time, maybe by then they'll get them the time I start. Well, yeah, but doing it in YouTube, when you go down through you go to studio or whatever and set it up like I'm done here. When you get down to the point there, you can click either go live or you can click for a time or anything. So, just like you're doing for a Premiere, the way I look at it, but mine didn't put any notifications out. So, like I said, so I don't know what happened. Or if it just happened to be one of those nights that they weren't working. Maybe I'll have to try it again sometime. Hey, JB. How are you this morning? Have all your chicks survived so far? Okay, Josh. So, are all your chicks surviving this go around now, JB, or did you lose any more? Everybody got quiet. Okay, well, that's good. Now, when you say the ones that arrived last night, they're ready to lay, so they're adult chickens. So I can put in my order for eggs this week. Okay. Can I get a dozen eggs tomorrow? How many of those did you get? And they may not lay for a few days anyways, being you just had them moved, until they get used to their new environment. $48, that's quite a few. How many little chicks did you get before? Looked like you had quite a bunch of them there. Okay, Josh. You got 360 chicks. I think that's the link to. Okay, thank you. Hey, Josh, check what you sent me, because when I click on that, I just get a message that said, "Oops, something went wrong." It won't let me open it. No, that one didn't work. Every time I click on it, I just get a message that said, "Oops, something went wrong." JB, you still there? Do you still have ducks, or did you get rid of all them? You have 20 left. Okay. Okay. Okay, Josh. Thanks. I'll look at it later. Yeah, I think the ducks are a little bit harder to take care of because you have to have the pond for them or whatever. That, which also then, if it's not a natural pond, you got to be able to keep it clean. Do you intend to get any other type of animals, livestock, whatever? Well, chickens are relatively easy to take care of once once they get past that little stage. They're pretty self-sufficient. It's just the little ones you got to kind of baby them for that little while. But that's that way with any animal. But the ducks, again, yeah, rabbits are easy to take care of too. I don't know if you've ever ate rabbit before, but to me, it's a good meat. I was talking with somebody the other night. I don't remember who it was. It was on one of the lives, and they said they didn't like rabbit. But when I lived up in New York, I used to, hunt wild rabbits all the time. And they're a whole lot easier to clean than a chicken. Because once you dress them out and go to peel the fur off them, I mean, it just pulls off in a big piece. You don't have to worry about using a knife or anything. Hey, Ivy. Yeah, you're just lost, Ivy. It's really Wednesday. You just think it's Thursday. Yeah, I know, Josh. It's just I keep forgetting to try it. I just need to get in here sometime and look and see how to get logged into it and set it up so I can do it. And I was the same way with doing live stream here on YouTube. I kept putting it off, and finally one night I sat here and played with it, and finally went ahead and started. And you see where I'm at now. Well, Ivy, I always give you 17 thumbs down so that I was there. I used to have pet rabbits here. One of the things I was just going to ask you about there, do you have problems with neighborhood stray dogs or anything? And I don't know if you even have them. Do you have like fox or anything in the Philippines? Because I had, domestic rabbits here, but I had them in a pen outside, and fox got in there and got them on me. But you'd have to kind of watch the same thing with your chickens, that they can't, a dog or something can't get in the pen to them either until they get bigger. No, Ivy, I was talking to Sheen. You are such a character. Okay, Josh. She in the bathroom playing with her little rubber duck in the water. That's what a lot of little kids do when they go take their bath. Take the rubber duck with them. Yeah, Ivy, I just got to figure out how to do it. I've just never taken the time to look at it. And every time I talk with Josh, he keeps asking me about why I haven't started yet. And every time I come on here and do a live, I forget about it and I just start YouTube instead. Ivy, do you have the link for that video? Okay. Well, if you don't have it right now, that's fine. Just email it to me later. If you have it now, drop it, and then anybody else who wants it can get it too. Okay. Well, actually, doing YouTube was easy once I got into it. I'm just always hesitant on trying something new, I guess. Okay. Well, that's no good idea. You might as well throw that one away. Who wants to do it on their phone? Well, Chrome's what I use for my computer now, anyways. I used to use Internet Explorer, but a bunch of stuff doesn't work on Internet Explorer anymore. So I switched to Chrome. I've also got another one called Microsoft Edge, which I've got it here on the computer, but I never finished downloading it. Hey, Ken. And I've been going to do that because I still use Hotmail for a few things, and Hotmail recommends the Microsoft Edge. Oh, I figured that, Josh. Ivy does too, and I was just giving her a hard time. Half the people on YouTube are doing it with their phone because they don't have laptops with a bunch of them. I do everything on a laptop because I don't have the setup on my phone to do stuff like that. Well, I like it because bigger screen. I can spread stuff out more. And until a few years back here when I had my cataract surgery, my eyes are getting to the point that I couldn't see anything on a phone. My sister, when I was at her place in New York, she has the tablet or whatever the hell you call them, they're the small ones. I tried to use it while I was there to look for my next load of cars so I could, head back south with it. And I couldn't even see to do it on that. I had to go get on their computer to do it. It'll take me a little while before I get where I start doing that much, though, Josh. And before I do too much, I need to put a damn keyboard in this laptop. That's why you keep seeing me look over like this all the time because if I'm typing, half the keys on my laptop don't work. So I'm using this one off on the side for the rest of it. So I'm typing on two keyboards, one hand in each one. And I've already found a place that has one for this. I just need to get back online and order it because it comes out of, I think, New York City or someplace. I can get it for, I think it was $60. I put it in myself. But the whole bottom row of keys on my laptop don't work except for the B and the question mark. Hey, Rich. Rich, do you and Josh know each other? Because he's also from Canada. And Josh, most every live stream that I go into, I am probably one of the oldest ones there. There's a couple that are in a lot of them that I go to that are a year or two older than me, but most everybody's younger than me. Yeah. Well, Josh that's here now is from Canada. Ken that was here just a bit ago is from Ohio. Ivesor, her name's Ivy. She's from Philippines. And just above that was JB Blog. She's also from the Philippines. Usually IJ's here. She's Filipina but lives in Chicago. Lives and works. Yeah, she was here just a little bit ago. Josh, how old is Myron? He's a hard one to judge on that. I thought you had a laptop, Ivy. I know you use your phone most everything you do, but I thought you had a laptop too. Well, that's why I say it's hard to judge with him. Just his attitude and the way he does his hair and stuff that makes it look like he may be older than, or makes him look older than what he is, I think. Yeah, you're from Texas. Okay, well, if he's 65, then he's just 2 years younger than me. I didn't think you were that old, Josh, or Rich. Josh, Ivy just says she's from Texas because she couldn't spell Louisiana. Are you really? Okay, I didn't think you was that old. I thought you were younger than me. Ivy, I sent it to you a long time ago, but Sheen said she put it in her room. She wasn't going to give it to you. No, I'm only 67, Ivy. I got a little ways to go to get to 69 yet. We can't all be 16 like you. There's a couple others that join the chats a lot of times. Mike Whitcomb comes in here every so often. You see him on Rena's a lot too. I think he's maybe 2 years older than me. Rona Singleton, Filipina that lives in Kentucky. Her husband Tom is on when she's on. He's 70. Charlotte over in the UK, her husband Tony, he's, I don't know, 70, 71. Charlotte and Rona both are only around 35. I didn't forget your address. I've got it in my email. You sent it to me a long time ago. Yeah, you got 18 minutes to your starts. Take care, Josh. Yeah, Ivy. Yeah, sure, you're 72. You look more like 16 than 72. How old are you now, Ivy? Well, there are a lot of older guys on here. There are a lot of young women on here. you're not 72. Your birthday is October 22nd, but I don't remember how old you are. I just know you're very young. Next time I talk to your husband, I'll just ask him. Or I could ask your daughter and see if she gives me the same answer that Vicky's daughter does all the time. Whenever you ask Nicole how old Vicky is, she'll just tell you her mom is old. And Vicky just turned 31. Yeah, she's older than that, Rich, because she's got a daughter that's, I don't know, either 5 or 6. And she just had a little boy first of the year. I was thinking that maybe she's, I don't know, 26, maybe 27. JB must have went back to work. She got quiet. Yeah, Ivy, that's what you are. You're a chick like a chicken. You're all fluffy feathers. '94, October 21, 6. So you're 27 right now. Oh, Rich, she won't be 28 until October. She's still only 27. Her birthday's October 22nd. Yeah, by the time her birthday gets here, she'll have gray hair. Ivy, where's David at today? Is he at home or is he working? Hello, Nana Travel. Good to see you. I had to tip my screen up a second to get a better view of the name. At first, I couldn't see it. A lot of times I wish I could make the print just a little bit bigger and make it easier for me to read when I'm sitting here like this. Okay, Rich, we'll catch you later. Thanks for stopping in. I don't know how long this will run tonight. Probably not too awfully long. Some nights I only try to. Okay, Ivy. You have a good day. Tell Sheen I said hi. Well, it kind of looks like everybody left. Yeah, I've got one back in. I always think it's funny when everybody in the Philippines says they have to go cook for breakfast. My breakfast is very simple: a bowl of cereal with milk and a glass of juice. No cooking required. Same thing for lunch. They have to go cook for lunch. I make a sandwich, even if it's something as simple as peanut butter and jelly. Hey, Jonah, I wondered where you were at. JB was here a bit earlier. I think she's out tending to her chickens. Yeah, it's already 9 o'clock there, so I figured you were working, but I didn't know. How you feeling today? That's good. Just kind of makes it miserable to try to work if you don't feel good. I was surprised Amore didn't come into this one this evening. Because a lot of times she comes in for a while. Josh was here when I started, but he's going live at 9 o'clock, so he left a little while ago. Shows I have 4 people here, but nobody's saying anything. She's in the background making her breakfast. Okay. Rena's got her cooking again, huh? I haven't heard from Mike in a couple of days. He must still be on the road. Although a lot of times I hear from him even when he's on the road, he gets bored while driving. Maureen, are you fixing enough for all of us? Oh, really? What's Rena going to do down there? I know she keeps talking about wanting to build a house down there, but Marine's on her own, so she can leave dirty dishes sitting around and everything, huh? Tell her she just uses paper plates. She don't have to wash dishes. Paper plates, styrofoam cups, and plastic silverware, and just throw everything away. No dishes to wash, except for the fry pan. Now it shows I'm back down to one person here. YouTube is hard to figure anymore. The other night I had two people in the chat talking to each other, and it showed I had 0. So most time I never know if there's anybody here if I'm talking to myself. But I guess if I get in an argument with myself, I'll always win. Now it shows 3, but it's awful quiet here. I know another one that didn't come in tonight that's usually always one of the first ones here was Monroe. Hey, Warren. Thank you, sir. Warren usually comes in when IJ's here. I haven't seen her tonight either. No, I haven't seen her all day. I haven't seen that she's done any lives or anything. She hasn't been in here. Hey, Bird. 2 a.m. That's getting late. Josh was here a little while ago. Like I was just telling Warren, I haven't seen IJ. Hey, Marine. There's IJ. Somebody must have just woke everybody up. And they're all coming in now. Okay, well, see, I never know for sure if there's anybody here or not, because half the time the view count will show 0 even when there's people talking. So I never know whether there are people here or not half the time. Seems you're always fixing food. Maureen, this is a family channel. None of that smoochy stuff on here now. There's some of these other people that that don't do that stuff. It's still 75 here now, Ken. IJ, I think it's just puppy love. They've been doing this for 4 years now. They're not sure yet. Ken, I was talking with Patrick and John Lynn earlier today. They were headed for Minneapolis. Temperature in Minneapolis was only 34 at the time. And Ken or Patrick was worrying about that they might run into some bad weather. I think it was only 30% chance of precipitation, but they had 8-mile-an-hour wind. So what'd you fix for breakfast, Maureen? Ken said you were cooking. Yeah, IJ Marine says she can't wait to get here so she can have a bunch of kitties. Eggplant, egg, and hot dog. That's quite a breakfast. I'll take my cereal and milk. I could eat cereal 3 times a day. Oh, IJ, let's keep it in English. We all know what you're saying. You could be telling dirty jokes and we wouldn't know it. Yeah, not just sugar, anything sweet. Ice cream, cookies, cake, pies, chocolate. IJ, I think that Little Orange was looking for a place today to decide where she wants to have her kitties at. And I walked around the side of the garage earlier, and there's a 55-gallon drum out there that got one end cut out of it. She was in that. Later, I was outside. There's a wheelbarrow in the carport. It's got a 5-gallon bucket laying down in it. She was inside the 5-gallon bucket. I think she's getting close, and she's looking for where it's going to be. That's what I told you before. Before Jill had hers, she was always following me around, trying to come in the house and stuff. And I think then she was looking for a place. How long has what been in there? Yeah, you were. We could tell. You call me names like that all the time. Hey, OG. How are you tonight? Well, this morning for you. Well, the 5 new ones are still under the ramp with their mother. And the ones that I showed there with Little Orange today, that's looks like she's ready to have some. She hasn't had them yet, but I think she's looking for a place to have them. Ken, you mentioned rice. One thing I like real well with rice, I haven't fixed it in a long time, is rice and raisin pudding. Made with rice and raisins and milk and, yes, IJ, and sugar. And then after I fix it, I usually put it in a bowl and I put milk on it and add more sugar. No, that's just every time I sit and start talking, I start yawning. I don't know why. And I've told people, I've heard before that people say that when you yawn, it's because you're low on oxygen. And I said, maybe it's because when I'm sitting here talking, I'm not breathing or something. I've never tried them with cranberries. That sounds good. I like raisins though. I should make me up a pot of it there someday. I've got rice here. I've got a lot of raisins here. And I always have sugar and milk. Give me something different for a snack. I've got a bunch of tangerines in the refrigerator and I keep forgetting they're there. I've got a bunch of green grapes in the refrigerator too, but every time I go by or get in there to get something, I grab a couple of those and eat them. I had a cherry pie the other night. I just ate the last piece of it the other night. I've got the stuff I mentioned there before about to make pecan pies. I should make a couple of those up. I've got canned pumpkins, so I could make pumpkin pies. Yeah, I like cherry pie. Well, I like most any kind of pie, really. Hi, Nancy. How are you this evening? For those that don't know, Nancy is the lady that IJ takes care of. And if I yell hi to her like that, it gets her all excited. IJ, what'd you say she is? 82? $95. Oh, wow. She's older than I thought. Maybe it's Barbara that's 82. Because Alice is 90. So maybe Barbara's 82. Oh, she can still hear me. I haven't been over to see Alice in a while. I should go see her. And I just talked to Barb Monday when I put trash out for her. Everybody got quiet again. We've had nice weather the last few days. What? Friday and Saturday we're supposed to have thunderstorms. And Wednesday of next week, it's supposed to rain again. It is still 75 here now. I hate to get too much really bad weather with the little kitties out there. We had some rain here this past weekend, whatever. I don't remember, I guess maybe it was the end of last week. And I went out and just laid a sheet of aluminum down here on the ramp to kind of cover the lower end of the ramp where they were at, because the water was dripping between the boards and getting them wet. So by putting that sheet of aluminum over it, that at least sheltered them that away. And I'll have to wait to see where Little Orange has hers. I didn't see Tan Spot today, but when I saw her yesterday or day before, she's getting pretty chubby too. I got to get a bunch of these females fixed. Hey, Eddie Myrons, how are you this evening? Or I guess I should say this morning, because I can't afford to keep having more and feeding them more. When I ordered stuff last weekend, it was another $89 worth. No, I can get away with it, Ken, because what I do is I just say, well, this many here belongs to IJ, this many are Marines, this many are Arenas, and I just tell them I'm looking out for for all these people. When I was talking with Patrick and John Lynn today, one of those dogs of theirs had puppies recently, and they've got all of them in the truck with them, the puppies. I don't know if it's cold. I think it may just be pollen and stuff is causing me to have my nose to be stuffed up. Cat daycare. Well, see, Ken, that's how I'm going to bring a Filipina here. I won't have to do a fiance visa. I'm going to do a work visa. She's going to be a cat babysitter. I mean, the rest of the OFWs go to the Middle East and wherever and work as a domestic helper and child care. Well, they can come here and be kitty care. Yeah, I was talking with a couple others earlier today in another live, and they were both saying that they were having problems with allergies. And down here, it's that time of the year where that stuff will start, and we'll have the pollen, and it'll just go from one to the next. It'll be pine, oak, and I've been doing that all the time too. And then just from one plant to the next that we get the pollen from. And then everything here, the cars and everything will be green for a while from it. But I don't have to shovel it. There's a place over in Tiberias that I went to a while back when I went to see about them taking cats and stuff. It ended up the woman that runs the place was on, or she's on a cruise or just on vacation or whatever. She was down in the Bahamas, and she was supposed to call me when she got back. She never did. But they're using an old storefront, like 7-Eleven or whatever. And they got the whole place in there just set up with them little things pets, the cats climb on and sleep in, the little houses and the scratching post and all that stuff. And none of the cats are in cages. They just have run of the whole complete store area. So when you go in, you can just walk in amongst them, where they're running around by your feet. They're sleeping up on their things or whatever. And I don't know how many she had in there. I'm hoping I can take this 5 that Jill just had over there and get rid of them there. Although there's 2 of them that I kind of like the coloring of, but I can't afford more. Yeah, that's the one I said they're a little orange. She was out today, and I see her just, it looks like she's looking for a place to have one. Because she was in that 55-gallon drum that's got one end cut out of it. And later she was up in the wheelbarrow in the carport inside of a 5-gallon bucket that's laying down on its side. And I think she's just looking for her spot. And IJ, that one in that video today is one of Jill's from her last bunch. She had 7. I don't know if you're able to advertise on YouTube. Maybe you can, but if you do, I don't think they'll count that toward monetization. You won't get the watch hours or anything on it. So I basically just tell everybody on here that, yeah, I've got them. I need to get rid of them. And then if somebody comes and gets some, I've done it without advertising. It's just gone just in normal conversation. in the video I did here a week or so ago there with Big Spot, where she's laying there and I'm petting her and whatnot, playing around with her on the sidewalk. That's another one of Jill's 7. And the other one that I said right now that I haven't seen her since either yesterday or the day before, which is Tan Spot. That's another one of Jill's 7. So I was kind of glad this time to see that Jill only had 5 instead of 7 more. Plus, it's easier on her for nursing. Because even like last time, she had the 7, and then I lost the runt of the bunch. And then later, that other one came in, which I named her White Belly. If you look back at the videos, she was the white one that kind of joined the bunch, and Jill just went ahead and nursed her. But my other oldest female, little one, had 4, and they were all that white like that. And I ended up with 2 of them. I've got White Belly and White Tail. And the other 2, I don't know what happened to them. They just disappeared. But I haven't seen a little one now in a couple weeks, I think. So I don't know whether something's happened to her. We've had 3 big dogs that are either full pit or mostly pit running the neighborhood lately. Neighbor across the road there 2 weeks ago said they were over there, started growling at the kids and stuff, and he put the kids in the house. And then a few days later, they were up here next door trying to get at Sissy's dogs through the chain link fence. And the other night, I heard a bunch of barking went out, and 2 of them were out here again and had the dogs going. And then they came up to my fence, was barking and growling at me. My neighbor came out to see what the noise was. And I told her, I says, keeps it up. I said, I'll just shoot them. You call animal control, and they'll say, well, it's too late to come out now. They won't be there when we get there. Yeah, they'll be there because I'll tell you where the carcass is and you can pick it up in the morning. I called them that way several years ago. I was at my old house. Had a cat over there one night that came up to the door, was trying to fight with my cat through the screen door. And I went out and had to kick the cat away from the door. It still wouldn't even leave. And I called animal control and told them, that just the way it was acting, I questioned that maybe it had rabies. Well, animal control's comment was, well, if you catch it, let me know. I'll come pick it up. I said, that's not my job. I said, if I'm going to do anything, I'm just going to shoot the bitch. Then you can come pick it up. Yeah, I'm not going to go nothing that small, Ken. I'm just going to do it where when I do it, they won't come back. My biggest thing is I'm just leery at times, shooting because I'm in a neighborhood. I always worry about the chance that, it could ricochet off the ground or something if I don't hit the animal. I got neighbors around. I've already got rid of 3 possums and 1 raccoon that I was having problems with here. My mom used to have bird feeders all around out by the front here when she was alive, and she had problems with squirrels. And she was always going out trying to shoot at the squirrels with a BB gun. I don't know how many squirrels she ever hit, but her bird feeders are right full of BB holes. I've still got an old BB rifle here that I had when I was a kid. Don't know how good it is anymore. I used to have a pellet pistol. That was one of those that used the CO2 cartridge. It had enough power behind it. It shot a 22 caliber pellet, but it would go through the side of a mobile home. You know, the aluminum siding on it. But I got rid of it a long time ago. I used to have a 12 gauge, which worked real good for that stuff. Somebody stole it. Okay, thank you for stopping in. Talk with you later. Well, I think I may go ahead and end this too. Everybody's got other stuff they're doing at the same time, and the chat's gotten kind of quiet. So I'm going to go ahead and end this, guys, and appreciate you all coming. I'll talk with you all next time or catch you on yours if I can. So until then, see you later. Yeah, I've been an hour and a half, a little over. Like I said, everybody's kind of busy with other stuff too. I'll catch you later, IJ.